Hey guys, it's me, Shaw360, and I'm here with another unboxing, and I'm going to dedicate this unboxing to It's Quiche, because she's the only one of my friends who I have seen unbox this CD. So, this one's for you, girl. Quiche has got such a cool channel, and it's so underrated because she's very quiet. But she has great musical taste. She's a really big fan of a certain style of K-pop that I think a lot of people really enjoy too. And she's just so laid back and chill that I really like to watch her videos when I just kind of don't want to think too hard. I just want to have something that's very soothing and very pleasant because she has a very pleasant and easy voice. But yeah, Keisha's the only one of my friends who's unboxed the CD, so I figured I'd go ahead and I'd do it as well. Crush, if you guys don't know, is a K-R&B singer, and he's one of my favorite K-R&B singers of all time. In 2014, his album, Crush on You, his debut album, was my album of the year. So, I mean, I have a long history with Crush, and he just does it for me. But it's been since 2014 since he's had a physical release, and so I wanted to make sure I got this as soon as it came out because I want to continue to encourage him to release physical albums. And if you're wondering about whether or not there's like a really big glare on this CD, I promise you it's not. That's actually printed on the photo book. See, because I can move it around and you see that light just stays right there. So yeah, interesting photography choices in this one. So here is the front. The mini album is called Interlude. Then here is the back with a tattoo showing, and then you can see the track list over here. The track list is In the Air, Woo Ah, 9 to 5, Castaway featuring Miso, and then Dust. When I first heard this album, like when I first opened it up to listen to it, I immediately knew that In the Air was my favorite song. Even though the In the Air is kind of just like an intro song, it's not a full song, but I just loved it. It sounded like something that I feel like I've heard before in other languages, but just it really matched up with his voice and just all sounded really great. Woo Ah is very sexy and very much kind of what people expect to hear from Crush. 9 to 5 is more of Crush exploring his rap side to himself. It's a lot more harder hitting than anything else I've heard him release before. Then you have Castaway, which it's kind of almost a trance song. Crush is not on that song at all. His voice is not on there, not 1 minute, 1 second, nothing. It's all the singer Miso. But it still kind of fits the vibe of the rest of the album. And then lastly, there's Dust, which it has a more stripped down kind of harsher feel to it as well. And again, you've got more of that kind of chill wave, I won't say EDM influence, but definitely more along the lines of electronic dance than, you know, straight up R&B. So this whole mini album is definitely a different style from Crush, but I think this is what he needed. I mean, it's called Interlude for a reason. Usually a musical interlude is kind of that in-between space that you get when you're going from one movement to the other. And I think that's what Crush is doing. I think he's going from the strictly R&B sound of Crush on You, and then some of the more kind of traditionally R&B focused songs like Sofa and Just, and he's moving into kind of the, I won't say trap necessarily, but definitely a more edgy sound which he explored in Oasis and You and I. So this is definitely him moving between styles, and so he wanted to do something, I guess, to kind of mark that transition. But he's also kind of in a personal interlude as well. You know, when Crush first came out, a lot of his fame was associated with his friendship with Zion T. And I remember watching interviews where Crush would be talking about his project, and they always asked him, so, where's Zion T? What are y'all doing together? Do you like working with him? And they really wouldn't give him a chance to have his own kind of look and style. So, I guess a few months ago, maybe it's been a year now, I'm not sure, Zion T, who was also on Amoeba Culture with Crush, left Amoeba Culture to join YG. And there was a bit of a dust up there. I think that Crush took off all of Zion T's pictures on his Instagram, and they haven't been as close since. Crush has been more close to Dean, which is another K-R&B somebody that you should know. And so Crush kind of is going through a professional change, he's going through a personal change, and I think he's just really trying to grow out who he is, because Crush started in the business as a producer. He didn't start as a singer. And he started as a producer, and then he was also doing rapping initially when he first debuted. Him and Cheetah were in a group together, and when they debuted, I think that he was doing more rapping. But definitely, I think he's just trying to figure out his place and kind of build a legacy that's built just on him and not his associations with other artists. So inside you have this CD here, and then you've got what's behind the CD. It's very trippy looking. This whole photo book is really trippy looking. Then you have the photo book here. And see, there's the picture. Like I said, that white is printed in the middle. It's not a glare. And then you have some really like unfocused, again, very trippy graphics. You know, nothing is really solid. Everything has kind of got a weird focus to it. And it kind of reminds me of the music. Definitely, you know, while this is not my favorite photo book in the world, the photo book definitely does reflect the sound of the artist. Like, that's the style of this. It sounds like some music you would listen to if you were getting high or something else. And then you've got the lyrics here, which I am not a fan of the way that the lyrics were done, because it's got kind of a pink processing film on a lot of the pictures, and then the lyrics are printed in pink, which makes for difficult reading. I'm not a big fan of that, but you know, it is what it is. Like a Castaway, the final song, and then the last page with the album credits. But yeah, this is an interesting little project if you like KR&B, if you like more progressive kind of R&B influenced dance music sounds, if you like chillwave, vaporwave. I think that you could really get behind this project. I definitely was excited to have it, and I continue to look for more stuff from Crush. You know, it's important to me as a collector to buy the physical releases by independent artists, even if it costs me a little bit more, even if it's not as showy as maybe my standard K-pop releases, because in an age when physical releases don't make as much money as digital sales, less and less of these independent artists are making physical albums for me to purchase. So anytime they release one, if I have the means to buy it, I'm gonna buy it, because I want them to continue to feel like this is something that they can do. I want them to continue to feel like they can release the same quality and content as somebody from one of these bigger labels. So I'm really glad that he did this, and I hope that with this being an interlude, that we'll get his next movement sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.